It's your boy Lando Success. I have good news and I have bad news. What would you like to hear first? Start off with the good news. If you hit that like button right now, you smash that like button, and if you subscribe, you can go and get you a free sub today at Subway. Well, depending on what Subway you go to. The bad news is I don't know which one, but Subway is completely updating their menu. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to hear some words from the CEO, review it, keep it short, simple, and sweet. Hope you guys are enjoying y'all day. So we just did a quick interview on CNN. They say Subway is launching a new menu, and it is the most extensive makeover in the company's 60-year history. Let's get right into it. I'm about to mute myself and I will come back in a second.
Subway, the world's largest restaurant chain with more than 40,000 stores around the world, including in the United States and China, is making the biggest menu change in its history. The revamp, called Eat Fresh Refresh, kicking off today in an effort to win back customers. Joining us now is Subway CEO John Chidsey. John, fantastic to have you with us. Explain what differences consumers are going to see.
Yeah, sure. So when our new team came as a group in the last year and a half or so, we obviously did a lot of consumer research. We went out and talked to lots of our franchisees. And the one thing both groups really were looking for was food innovation, which the brand hadn't had a lot of food innovation in the last 5 or 6 years. Also looking for food that was a little more craveable. So we went to work over the last 15, 16 months, really working on our core ingredients, upgrading our turkey, upgrading our ham, our new bread products, smashed avocado, lots of different core ingredients. And there's about, between new sandwiches and upgrades to core products, there's about 20 new things that we're going to expose to our guests or consumers. So it's really the biggest refresh.
So real quick, the first thing in my opinion is you need to update for the vegan customers. Even though you can get veggie there, give like the Impossible meat. I know it's expensive to get, but if they can cater more towards that. Yeah, you do need additional bread. You can get rid of like 2 or 3 breads because we only use flatbread, wheat, and Italian urban cheese. If you use anything different, I don't know about you, but yeah, it's a few ways they can upgrade it. Let's keep going.
In the 56-year brand history. And so I think in QSR in particular, it's a very innovative industry, as you know, and so you constantly need to refresh to stay fresh, so to speak. And so what we really want to do is demonstrate to our guests and consumers that Subway is back on top of its innovation game.
So it's better quality ingredients we're talking about. Is that going to translate to higher prices?
Yeah, that's a great question. Obviously, again, given our footprint and how big our scale is, we've been working on this for, as I said, 15 to 16 months. And we worked very hard to offset all these costs by changes in packaging, other things we did. And so we were able to do this on a cost neutral basis. So we thought, as you point out, with inflation rising, obviously, the entire quick service restaurant industry is facing price pressure. And while we don't yet know how transitory it is or how permanent it will be, obviously, if it continues at a sustained level and it's consistent, you will see some of that inevitably being passed through to the consumer.
I hate when it just took him 1 minute to say they're raising prices. Orlando, you're the CEO of Subway. Are you guys raising prices? Yes. Do you guys see inflation? If we want these companies to stay in business, we have to raise prices. We don't know how much we're going to raise, but prices will be raised. If y'all want Subway, I'm just saying, they be scared to just keep it 100.
Can you give us a sense of how much?
No, not at this point. Yeah, it's way too early. I mean, we stockpiled. We bought. Yeah, it is challenging, but also we're a little insulated, at least in the short run, because of this big brand refresh. As an example, we're giving away 1 million free 6-inch subs today in the U.S., our Turkey Cali Fresh sub. And knowing how big this relaunch was, we pre-ordered lots of as much food and protein as possible. So we're somewhat insulated, but obviously we will run through that. And then again, over time, we'll figure out how permanent a lot of these cost increases are.
Now, John, I can't have you on the show without talking about tuna. It was a report that went around like wildfire. And I'm sure it was very irritating for you guys, the suggestion that your tuna products don't contain tuna. And it was a class action lawsuit that began in California, which I believe has now been amended to say that it's not made 100% with tuna because it doesn't always use skipjack or yellowfin tuna. John, where do you stand? What's the deal with Subway tuna, please? Can you just clarify for us?
Sure. I'm really glad you asked that question. First of all, the amended complaint, just to be corrected, now does say it is 100% tuna. They question what kind of tuna it is, but they acknowledge it is 100% tuna. But that's not the real issue, as you said. I say follow the science. And if you follow the science, once tuna is cooked, its DNA becomes denatured, which means when you go to test it, which the New York Times admitted, you can't tell one way or the other. I think the other important thing is we have a website out there called subwaytunafacts.com. It will take you through all the science. You can see every bit of the story there, and I think that will obviously put the facts out there and clarify all these misconceptions. The last thing I would point out is, again, we've been working on this refresh for 15 to 16 months, and if you notice, the one thing that we did not touch was our tuna. We worked on turkey, we worked on ham, we worked on chicken, we worked on steak. People love our tuna. We're very proud of our tuna, so I think that's really the end of the story.
Yes, over and out. No red herrings as far as...
Well, family, what are your thoughts? I am a person that go to Subway at least once a week. I have done videos about opening up a Subway franchise. Like it. I think it's a good thing. Renew it. Up prices if you got to. Keep it going. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys. Later.